I'm generally not a huge fan of romance literature. Boy meets girl, they frequently have unlimited means, their relationship is completely unrealistic, and there is barely any plot, and sex is really strange too. I know that not all romance novels are like that, but a lot of them are, and that's where they get the bad reputation. I am, however, very fond of good science fiction and good adventure. So when I discovered the books by Greta and discovered that kind of a crossover genre called the space opera, I was really intrigued. And I discovered that it is possible to write a good romance that is also a good science fiction. And the first time I reviewed one of her books, I call it romance for people who don't like romance, and science fiction for people who don't really care for sci-fi. It's really good reading. And if you don't like, the romantic stuff, there is plenty of other stuff in her books to keep you reading. One of my favorite kind of a sets of stories from Greta is Super Tech, which started off as kind of a short story and novella, and then a novel that picks up where Super Tech leaves off, Morgan's Choice. And yes, there is a relationship involved in there, but there is also an incredible narrative dealing with politics, intrigue, space battles, the destiny of the planet, the history, the journey. And that was just a lot of fun. And having read science fiction since I was about 8 or 9 years old, I can honestly say it is really, really good sci-fi. Some of the historic and political bits of the storyline in Greta's book harken back to the great sweeping kind of galaxy-wide epics by Arthur Clarke, for example. Foundation comes to mind by Isaac Asimov as well, because it's that big. It's not just within the limits of one world or one race on one world. It is a large story that is complex and has a lot of bits and pieces that need to be put together. And yes, there is strife and diversity and disagreements at the personal level, but that does not distract you from the story. It adds to the story. It works in, and it is clearly something written by an author who values the importance of the good plot. In Greta's case, the romance is not just a bunch of sex scenes kind of connected with little bits and pieces of the narrative here and there. No, they just kind of happen as part of the story. And like I said, there's still plenty to read, plenty to follow outside of the relationships between the main characters. She is just having a new book out, Star Heart. I haven't read that yet. Looking forward to it, but a few of them are out there, and I definitely recommend it. Good, solid, intelligent writing, and just a lot of good fun. For the sci-fi fans. The links to some of Greta's books are listed below, and until we meet again, this is Maria K, Ms. Review Central. Bye!